My intention in this short video is to highlight a few things why relationships can be so hard to do in our modern society, as well as a few things for you to consider to help you become more effective and fulfilling in your own relationships. This is not meant to be an exhaustive list, but just a few things to stimulate your thinking. And if your thinking is stimulated, I would really appreciate if you can like and comment on this video as well as subscribe for future updates. So 3 things about what make relationship hard. Number 1, our brain wiring is experience dependent. When human babies are born, there were a lot of parts of the brain that's not fully wired. And how those brains parts are wired depend on the experience that we had early on in our life, especially with the primary caregiver relationships. There's some research that indicate a vast proportion of the brain wiring is done in the first few years of our life before we are capable of remembering consciously what happened to us. In other words, we all have relational software in our brain that guide us about what we should do in relationship, and this software is written decades ago at a time where we have no conscious memory. It's kind of we are all walking around running Windows 3.0 operating system. Once upon a time, it was state of the art, but then we forgot to update it along the way, and if you use Windows 3.0 to run apps like Tinder, by the way, I was told that Tinder is the most popular mindfulness app, right? You swipe left and let your thoughts go left, and you swipe right and let your thoughts go right. I have never used it myself. Hopefully nobody is pulling my leg here. But imagine running Tinder or any other apps using Windows 3.0 is going to crash. And because our relational software was written so long ago, that makes doing relationship in our adult life actually really hard and prone to crashes. First reason. Second reason, in the first phase of any relationship, oftentimes we experience such a surge in neurochemicals in our brain. It mimics the effect of cocaine and heroin. This is according to people who have used them, who told me. And the problem is, the surge of cocaine and heroin effect in our brain in the early phases of quote-unquote falling in love is by definition not sustainable. And when we wake up from that neurochemical surge, we may feel very disappointed and we might experience some kind of withdrawal effect. And oftentimes, especially if you had the cultural narrative that relationships should be perfect and easy, that we can do a premature evacuation from sort of other relationship before giving it a chance to work through some of the difficulties. That's the second reason. And the third reason is, as human beings, we have 2 big set of competing emotional needs. One is the need for safety, security, connection, and belonging and acceptance. And the other one is the need for adventure, for authenticity, for autonomy. And these 2 set of emotional needs they are not incompatible, but there's some tension between them. And then it's actually hard to juggle both. Because the relationship that's absolutely safe is also the relationship that's deprived of passion and mystery. We need both, and it's not necessarily easy to do both in one relationship. So those are the 3 reasons why relationship can be hard. That we are running Windows 3.0 software, that we can have withdrawal effect from cocaine and heroin surge in our brain, and then we have to balance 2 set of distinct emotional needs. So what to do about it? 3 quick things for you to consider. Number 1, normalize and validate your struggles in relationships. Relationships are hard for a variety of reasons, and it's natural, it's normal. There's nothing wrong with you if you are struggling. Second, be aware of your own Windows 3.0 software. What are the patterns from your family of origin that you are unconsciously and automatically replicating in your current relationship? Know what they are. And number 3, strive to do 2 kinds of regulation. One is self-regulation to manage your anxiety and fear that may come up when you get triggered in a relationship. But don't just rely on self-regulation. Also with your partner or partners, really learn how to do relational regulation, how to soothe each other so you can have that safe and secure foundation. So the balance between self and relational regulation. So to summarize, the 3 things for you to consider to help navigate the relational challenges: normalize and validate your experience. Second, be aware of your own Windows 3.0 patterns. And number 3, strive to learn a balance between self-regulation and relational regulation. And in a future video, I will talk more about what are some of the self-regulation and relational regulation strategies. Thank you.